If you worked in a professional team, you would sort of expect everyone to self-manage themselves and they're all getting paid, and so they can take care of that. But if you're working in this more community context, there might be therapeutic needs or counselling needs that come up, maybe because of the work that you're doing in particular, and you have to be very careful if you are working in any kind of territory that might trigger some of those things. Just that act of discovering an empowering way to express yourself can be really opening for people. So yeah. We've learnt this from experience too, that we need, that say as the director, you can't also be the person having the long conversations with people who need someone to talk to at the end of the night because you've got to prep the work for the next day. So making sure there is someone on the team whose job is that, to look after everyone there.
We make sure before we go into a process that we've got support, so we've got social workers that we can connect into, and we've got ways of recognising when someone in the group needs additional support, and that's part of the developing of a project is looking at all of the risks and making sure that when we start work with participants that we have safe processes for them to work through. We are not therapy. We are development. People are bringing problems to the room. We're not there to fix that. Thank you for sharing that, but we're not here to fix that. But hey, that's really lovely stuff that we now have to play with.
Something that's probably underestimated in this work is the well-being of the workers ourselves. So the work can be really demanding, and the personal circumstances of some of the artists we support, are difficult, and so you are exposed to information that can be a little bit distressing at times, and sometimes we really I guess our approach to pastoral care is that we need to take good care of the artists we're supporting, and so the question is also, what do we do to take care of ourselves?
I think you really have to have a good understanding of self, self-care, self-awareness of your own experiences, all of those things, because if you're doing this type of work, you often hear people say, I'm really passionate about this work. What they'll do is they'll throw themselves into it, but then they kind of strip themselves bare. And if you don't have a good support network, you don't have people who you can go and speak to, good people who can help you and understand the type of work you're doing, you'll wear yourself down.
Oh yeah, I look after myself, I'm good. That's not enough. I think what is important to actually have a plan, like a business, you have a business plan, and if something goes wrong, if you don't meet your key performance indicators, you have a problem. And then you have to change what you do. And that is the same with yourself. You're the most valuable asset in that operation. So of course the arts, the final outcome is very important, the people you teach, the art group is very important, but all of that is happening because you are doing it. And so that's very, very important. Also for the people you are working with. You start something with them, you introduce something with them, you inspire, they get passionate about what is happening, and then because you were not looking after yourself, everything stops. It's not fair on those guys.
The bigger you get in terms of stakeholders, groups and organisations, the more difficult that is going to get to manage. As the scale of a project grows, or as the amount of people involved in a project grows, or as the amount of different voices in a project grows, or as the scale of collaboration expands, there is going to be a matching complexity of how you're going to have to self-manage.
I might have a hard day at the coalface doing community arts, and then what I'll do is I will pack my canvas. I'm out there with, the wind pounding at my face, painting, and that's my own personal way of doing what I've just told other people that they can do. I actually know that I do it.